Welcome to the video lesson 2, How the Squirrel Got His Stripes of Secondary English. Now, after completing this lesson, you will be able to relate to a simple story in English, critically analyze the situation and take a decision, use reasoning to form an opinion, value every individual's contribution, however small, accept people and respect individual differences, use adjectives in the correct sequence, and write the description of an object. Before we understand the story, let us warm up with a little brainstorming. Learners, what is the difference between fiction, tale, myth, and epic? Fiction, learners, is a short or long story which looks real but it is not real. A tale is a short story with a message and is generally passed down by word of mouth. Can you name some famous epics of India? Surely, you must have read the stories from Mahabharata and Ramayana. They actually are famous Indian epics. What is an epic? It is a long narrative poem written in an elevated style in which heroes of great historical or legendary importance perform various deeds. Learners, what is a myth? Myth is a make-believe story which was created out of one's imagination. These stories are short and interesting and try to entertain people. It seems they were born out of one's curiosity and later some story was woven around it to make people believe in them. Learners, science is very different from myth. Though both are born out of some kind of curiosity and spirit of inquiry, coupled with observation of nature's phenomenon, science is based on facts which can be proven, but myth creates only fabricated facts which can never be proven. They are more closer to fiction. We often question whether the epics had any realistic history behind them and whether the stories are true. That's because there was no way of recording history. Most of the stories were passed down from word to mouth. However, the epics have a major role to play in all old civilizations. They were written in verse form and covered a major part of the protagonist's lifespan in which he overcomes struggles and obstacles to prove his heroism. Characterization was very important and a vast array of characters filled the story to portray a vast spectrum of characters. Another important feature was the play of the supernatural powers. Epics also showcase some ritual customs and traditions along with other values like honesty, sincerity and obedience pitted against the vices of the evil forces which were violent and destructive in nature. Learners, let us now discuss what the present story is about. The present story, How the Squirrel Got His Stripes, is an interesting myth. It is believed that when Ram had to cross over to Sri Lanka to wage war against Ravana, the king of Lanka, he was faced with the problem of crossing the sea along with his huge army. Rama was a god incarnate in the form of an ordinary human. But because he was endowed with the supernatural powers, he ordered his monkey brigade, who were his ardent disciples, to construct the bridge. No sooner did he give the order than the entire monkey force sprung into action and started breaking the nearby rocks on the mountains to make a floating bridge. Science tells us that a stone, if thrown in water, would sink. A bridge is supposed to flow in water. So if the bridge was going to be made of stones and rocks, how would the bridge remain afloat? Well, it is believed that the monkeys, all Rama devotees, engraved the name of Ram on all the stones before hurling them into the water. It was his magic that worked and the stones floated. During this construction, there was a small squirrel too, who claimed to be an ardent devotee of Ram and wanted to do something for Rama. Since it was small, it could carry only pebbles. Learners, now read the story to see what happened. Refer to part 2.1 of the story from Rama asked his army to the other monkeys laughed too. In this part of the story, we are told about how the monkeys sat down to task in all earnestness as soon as Ram told them to make the bridge. The monkeys pulled down the rocks and heavy stones from the adjoining mountains, cut them into shapes and began to build the bridge. This was a very difficult task and the sea was too big, so it took them a long time to construct this bridge. But their love for Rama was so great that no one complained of either exhaustion or fatigue. They worked relentlessly till the bridge was complete. Rama admired their spirit and hard work. He knew that it was their devotion towards them that propelled them to work so hard. One day, Rama noticed a brown squirrel passing up and down the shore. Then he noticed the little squirrel. What was this little creature doing up there? The little squirrel was trying to carry pebbles in his mouth and dropping them in the sea. At this time, a big monkey carrying a big rock was walking towards the bridge when the squirrel happened to come in his way. The monkey had to stop suddenly, jump back to save the squirrel from being trampled down under his big feet. He took timely action and saved himself from falling down too, otherwise he too would have been badly hurt. But he was very angry. He asked the squirrel in a raised voice what it was doing there. He said that if he had not seen him, he would have been trampled under his feet and would have been dead by now. Also, because of him, he himself had a narrow escape. He would have fallen too and hurt himself. The squirrel looked up and apologized. But the squirrel was clever too. Though he apologized, he advised the monkey in a small voice, "Please always look where you are going." The squirrel then told him that he too wanted to lend a helping hand in making the bridge. He too wanted to work hard for Ram. The big monkey was too proud and haughty to accept what the squirrel said. How could a little thing help in such a major project? He thought that the squirrel was trying to be cheeky and could not swallow this insult. He asked mockingly, "You? What?" And then he looked back at the other monkeys and said in a sarcastic tone, "Did you hear that? The squirrel is building a bridge with pebbles. Oh dear, oh dear. I have never heard of a funnier story than this." He laughed mockingly and the other monkeys too laughed. Now learners, before we go on to the next section, let us discuss a few points to ponder on. Can a small person not be part of a bigger project? Can he not contribute to something significant? Can big things be accomplished only by big people? Do small details not find an important place in our lives? Taking up the case of small pebbles, don't you think that they were also useful in filling gaps between the big stones? Does anyone need to be laughed at just because he is small? What do the monkey and the squirrel symbolize? Are the monkeys not reminding you of the high, mighty and powerful against the small, meek, helpless and the poor? In society, it is a common sight to how the downtrodden are victimized and laughed at and considered worthless. Learners, now let us read the second part of the story, part 2.2. Read from the lines, "The squirrel did not think 2 stripes on his back." In this part of the story, we are told about how the squirrel continued without despite being scolded and scoffed at. The squirrel continued to work with full devotion. It remained focused on his mission. The monkey's irritation grew every minute. Once a monkey lost his patience. He grew so angry that he picked up the squirrel and threw it into the sea. Now, learners, let us understand the story in detail. The squirrel did not find anything funny about the remark made by the monkey. Neither did he take any criticism to heart. His only explanation was, "Look, I can't carry mountains or rocks. God gave me little strength. I can carry only pebbles. My heart cries out for Ram, and I'll do all I can for him." These were words coming out of his heart and speak about his intense love and devotion for Lord Ram. The monkeys again reprimanded him and told him not to be foolish. They continued to be sarcastic and kept saying, "Do you think you can build a bridge with pebbles? He has a big army to help him." They ordered him to go away. The squirrel remained undisturbed and unmindful of what they were saying. He continued to do his work. It continued, unmindful of its remarks, scoldings, or orders. He kept repeating, "But I want to help." This made the monkeys even more angry. One of them picked up and threw him into the sea. The squirrel flew into the air, crying out Ram's name. But lo and behold, Rama the Savior was there, and the squirrel fell into his loving hands. Squirrel fell into his loving hands. Ram saw all this. He told the monkeys not to make fun of the weak or the small. He explained to them that it was not one's power or muscular strength or what one did that was important. More important than anything of these things is the love and the spirit which drives you to do something for someone. The little squirrel also had love in his heart. So saying, Lord Ram held the squirrel close to his heart and stroked it with his fingers and placed it carefully down. When the squirrel was placed down, it had 3 stripes on its back. It is believed until this day that the 3 stripes on the back of a squirrel are a permanent mark of Lord Ram's love. Now learners, let us examine other issues. Do you think love can be measured by size of a person? Physical strength may be proportional to the size of a person, but does it mean that the small and the petite cannot contribute in any way? How did Ram acknowledge love of both the monkeys and the squirrel? Does God discriminate between the strong and the weak or the rich and the poor? Now learners, this is a question of attitude. How does the monkey's attitude differ from that of the squirrel? Whose love was more passionate? How do you think the pebbles could have helped in the construction of the bridge? They could have filled the gaps between the big boulders of rocks. Here is something interesting information which has been released by NASA. NASA has released some very interesting pictures taken from space. These show signs of sunken rocks which look like a bridge. These have raised some questions again and have somewhere confirmed that the bridge in fact did exist. There are other monuments, places and temples with names that are mentioned in the Ramayana. The route taken by Ram has its geographical locations marked almost correctly. All this makes people say that Ramayana is in fact a true chronicle of things that happened in the distant past. Learners, we'll now come to the grammar section of the lesson which is there in your book. Let us learn grammar. Coming to adjectives, over here, learners, adjectives are words that describe a noun or a pronoun. Sometimes 2 or more than 2 adjectives are used together. They may refer to size, shape, color, age, origin, material, or even an opinion. For example, a small brown squirrel. Here, small is size, brown is color. A large heavy stone. Large is size, heavy is weight. 3 white stripes. 3 number, white color. A delicious Indian recipe. Opinion and origin. Delicious, opinion, origin, Indian. When 2 or more adjectives come together, then there is a certain order to be followed. For instance, a number adjective will come before a descriptive adjective. Also, if a number of adjectives are coming in a sequence, then we separate them with a comma. For example, you are wearing a lovely green silk sari. Now, learners, do the exercises given in your book under section 2.1. Remember this, that you have to look up the book and you have to do the exercises given there. Now coming to description of an object. Learners, learning English means hearing many new words you have never come across before. When you are talking to someone and saying a word you don't know, it's important for you to find out what it is. When you think about how to describe something, typically adjectives are the first words that come to mind. They are descriptive words, but they are not the only ones you'll need. You want to get ambitious in your grammar exercise. Gerunds, adverbs, and even verbs can play an equally important role in creating dynamic descriptions, especially in English. Learners, a paragraph to describe objects consists of 5 parts. Remember, it consists of 5 parts. Number 1, function or use. Number 2, components or parts. Number 3, characteristics, material shape or figure dimensions or property color. Number 4, position. Number 5, connection between parts. So all the 4 points are very simple, because if you see anything, you can illustrate on all the 4 points. But connection between parts, that's the last point, it's very, very, very important. Connection between parts. Learners, connection is a relationship between 2 things or more. If the object has more than one part, we have to describe them part by part with a connection between them. Verbs that signal the connection are attach, detach, join, connect, support, fix, fit, lead, link, etc. The glass tube is fitted into the rubber tube. The wire leads from the switch to the bulb. In the first sentence, the glass tube is fitted. Fitted is the word to be marked. The wire leads from the switch to the bulb. Leads, it is the word to be marked. Here's how we can ask for the meaning of a noun and how we can describe objects. Now, there is an exercise which will help you learn a few useful expressions as well as reviewing your vocabulary. How many of these objects do you know? Pen. What's a pen? It's something we use to write with. What is a balloon? It is a brightly colored rubber bag that gets bigger when filled with air or gas. They are used as party decorations. What is a spoon? It's a thing we use to stir your coffee. It's the thing we use to eat soup with. What is a telescope? It is the tube-shaped object we use to see the stars or things that are very far away. What's a lawn mower? It's the thing we use to cut grass. What's a giraffe? It's an African animal that has a very long neck. For example, learners, there is a picture of kettle you see. How would you describe it? There is a kettle in front of you, and how would you describe it? A kettle is a metal container which is used for boiling water. It consists of 4 main parts: a vessel, a lid, a spout and a handle. The vessel is 7 inches high. If I see a picture of kettle, I'll use it, or I'll say it like that. The vessel is 7 inches high, if it is 7 inches high. It is hollow and spherical in shape. The base is flat and circular. It has a diameter of 6 inches. On the top of the vessel, there is a convex lid with a plastic knob in the middle. The lid is 5 inches in diameter. Above the lid is as curved handle, which is covered with plastic at the middle part. At the size of the vessel is a conical spout for pouring water out of the vessel. So this is just an example. If I see a picture of kettle in front of me, and if a kettle looks like this, I would describe like that. I have already described. So learners, now an exercise for you. If a picture of kitchen is there in front of you, try to describe it taking clues from the mentioned points. I hope, learners, you have understood the story and have been able to interpret some of the issues raised in the story. Learners, prepare well for your exams. Best of luck and thanks.
ये है कूल लाइफ, नो फिकर नो टेंशन, एक हम है कंगले।
पर यार एक्सीडेंट हो गया तो?
तू भी जनानियों की तरह उधेड़ बुन में लगा रहता है। जिंदगी एक ही बार मिलती है, एंजॉय। अब कहाँ चल दिया?
मेरी इकोनॉमिक्स की क्लास है।
अबे तेरे बिना वहां क्या कमी रह जाएगी?
मैं ये चैप्टर नहीं समझ पाऊंगा।
जा
बाय।
और बगला भगत। यार तू तो रहेगा हमेशा कुएं का मेढक, लेकिन भैया हम तो दुनिया में फुल ऐश करेंगे।
यार तू समझता क्यों नहीं यार?
क्या अक्ल मुझे भी है, मुझे पता है कि हमें नौकरियां करनी होंगी। आज तक जिंदगी पढ़ते पढ़ते गुजर गई, 2 साल बाद सर पे नौकरी की तलवार टंगी होगी और हम कौन सा लाट कलेक्टर बन जाएंगे, बस गुजारे लायक तनख्वाह होगी। इस दुनिया में इतनी मौज है, मस्ती है, ऐश है, उसमें हमारा हिस्सा कहाँ है? क्या
ले बेटा खा।
चाची जी आप सुबह से रात तक काम करती हैं, थक नहीं जाती?
हाँ थक तो जाती हूँ बेटा, पर क्या करूँ, अब तो सुरेंद्र की बहू ही आकर के आराम देगी।
बहू क्या ऐसे ही आ जाती है? खर्चा करना पड़ता है, बहुओं को कुछ देना भी पड़ता है।
अरे मेरी बहू आए तो सही, मैं उसे सोने की चूड़ियां पहनाऊंगी, सोने की। हाँ अरे अब मोबाइल क्या देख रहा है? तुझे क्या मालूम, मैंने एक एक पैसा जोड़ जोड़ कर अपनी बहू के लिए सोने की चूड़ियां बनवाई हैं। मनीष बेटा, ये तेरा दोस्त है, इस तरह इसका ध्यान रख। स्कूल तो इसने तेरे साथ पार कर ही लिया है। ले ले सागौन ले ले।
नहीं नहीं।
क्यों? अरे ले भी ले।
अबे यार वहाँ हमारे ग्रुप का क्रेडिट कार्ड चलता है।
क्रेडिट को हिंदी में कर्ज कहते हैं।
तुझे नहीं पता, मेरा ग्रुप बहुत दिलदार है। 100 के नोट तो वो कुछ समझते ही नहीं।
जिस दिन तुझे उन्हें दावत देनी पड़ेगी तब क्या करेगा? वो तुझे फ्री में देकर आदत बिगाड़ रहे हैं।
मर्द बच्चा हूं मैं, तो बस जरा मस्ती के लिए, आदत वादत में नहीं डालूंगा, जब चाहे यूं छोड़ दूंगा।
तो अभी छोड़ दे।
क्या हुआ? मना कर गया। मैं तो पहले ही कह रहा था, गोली मारो उसे, इसकी भेजे में बात नहीं आएगी, इसकी किस्मत में खुश रहना नहीं लिखा है।
चाची जी सब्र कीजिए, सब ठीक हो जाएगा।
अरे कैसे सब्र करूं बेटे? कितनी मुश्किल से अकेली ने मैंने ये बेटा पाला है, और ये बेटा मुझे ये रंग दिखा रहा है। और मैं तो किसी से कह भी नहीं सकती। न जाने कैसे कैसे पैसे जुटा के मैंने इसकी बहू के लिए चूड़ियां बनवाई थी।
बहू के लिए बनवाई थी ना, पेट ने ले ली तो क्या आफत आ गई?
अरे नास पीटे, अरे तू चला जा, एक तो चोरी ऊपर से सीना चोरी।
मुझे अपने घर में बाहरी लोगों का दखल पसंद नहीं, आप जाओ।
अरे अरे ओ सत्यानाशी, चुप हो जा। मनीष, मनीष बेटे, तू इसकी बातों का बुरा मत मानना।
चाची जी,
बहुत बुरा किया तूने, तूने बहुत बुरा किया। डॉक्टर साहब, मेरे बच्चों को बचा लीजिए।
आप थोड़ा सब्र रखिए, चिंता ना करिए, हम अपनी तरफ से पूरी कोशिश करेंगे। सुरेंद्र, हम आपको 15 दिन के लिए इस सेंटर पे रखेंगे। दवाइयों एवं बातचीत द्वारा हम आपका इलाज करेंगे, पर एक बात का ध्यान रखना होगा, दवाइयों से इस आदत से छुटकारा नहीं मिल सकता। इसके लिए आपको अपना आत्मविश्वास बढ़ाना होगा, और अगर इस आदत को छोड़ने की तुम मन में ठान लो तो दुनिया की कोई ताकत आपको रोक नहीं सकती। इस बात को हमेशा ध्यान रखना।
हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में नौजवानों के पास प्रतिभा है, उन्हें अवसर चाहिए।
NIOS देता रहा है युवाओं को अवसर आगे बढ़ने का। NIOS से पढ़ने वाले इन युवाओं ने किया है संस्थान को गौरवान्वित। दिव्यांगों ने बन के दिखाया है सबल और आत्मनिर्भर। NIOS के साथ आप भी जुड़िए NIOS के संग।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से,